Okay, so Raw was in Chicago. For those of you who know, I'm like an hour south of Chicago, so I would have wanted to. Could have actually bought tickets, driven like the hour and a half to Allstate Arena, paid like the $20 for parking, sat there for like 4.5 hours, driven an hour and a half back. Well, about 2 hours back because of the traffic. Or I could just sat at home, start watching it at like 8:30, and get through the majority of it in a little over an hour and a half. So I decided to sit at home. We begin with The Authority. Make a slight dig at CM Punk. Paul Heyman comes out, tries to save the day, questions The Authority, why they decided to go for Brock Lesnar. Rollins comes down and is like, listen, I wanted to beat the best is your guy Brock Lesnar. He's like, but I'm sorry if I offended anybody. And shake hands, Heyman's like, you do it again, you deal with Brock. I'm thinking Brock's probably going to end up killing him and then probably rape him. Probably in that order, because that's what Brock does. We had a triple threat match for the IC Championship. Miz, Ziggler, Cesaro. Nice match. Pretty good. Like triple spots. Worked pretty well. Ziggler retained. Nice match. Worked well. Rosa Mendes took on Layla. With Natalya and Summer on the outside, and Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd put on his headphones and listened to music and like doodled on his phone. While Natalya was like, why are you doing that on your phone? That's a riff off what happened on Total Divas like 3 months ago. Layla has a nice neck breaker. That was like the high point of the match. That and watch Tyson Kidd put on his headphones. Pretty poor. That was the first of your 3 Divas matches. Bray Wyatt wasn't there, but instead had a really bizarre promo deal with Luke Harper. Really good, Harper is definitely the standout of that group after Bray. Really interesting. I don't know if it's going to have him break off as like a singles wrestler. Something happened to Rowan, but good stuff. I think having Bray show up, beat somebody would have been more efficient, but, the Dusts had a discussion in the back. Say cut a promo. Bo Dallas took on Mark Henry and won. I'm thinking what happens is you have a feud with Rusev. You lose, then you have a feud with Bo Dallas. And you're probably going to win the majority of matches, but you're going to lose to start. Speaking of Rusev, he came down, and Show came down, and talked and taunted. And they tried to go to blows, and it didn't happen, and Show tore down the Russian flag. Because, time filler. Hogan came down because it's Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Talked about breast cancer. Alright. I still have 2 other Divas matches to discuss. Brie took on Ava Marie and Cameron. And won with like a roll-up. AJ took on Paige's new best friend, Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox, while AJ was distracted, hit her axe kick to the back and got a roll-up, got a victory. 1, 2, 3. Alright. But then it appeared they were going to pour beer on AJ, but they didn't. So kind of awkward, I guess, somewhat. And Dean Ambrose came into the ring and threw a bunch of stuff into the ring. Had the briefcase. Mentioned that there's some personal items of Seth Rollins in there. And I was thinking, had this had been like a non-PG show, if I'd been like, what's this? Just the Shawn Michaels issue of Playgirl? Oh, why is it sticky? They could have done a joke kind of like that. Instead, he throws some clothes into the audience. Does a pretty good job. Like, hey, you got a John Cena shirt. If you're into that sort of thing. I got a Sheamus shirt. It sells for $25. Nice, good amount of humor to it. Leaves the briefcase for Seth to open up. Seth opens it up, gets sprayed in the face with the green mist. And later on, the briefcase is buzzing. Seth like, it's an electric razor. It's like, okay, so you make a vibrator joke? But if it was filled with an explosive amount of a green ooze, why would his vibrator still be in there? So your main event ended up being Ambrose and Cena versus Orton and Kane. Man, I feel like we just saw that match. Ended with a Rollins run-in, curb stomp to Ambrose on the briefcase, curb stomp to Cena on the briefcase. Pretty glad I did not spend like $50 and then like $25 in parking and then like $20 in gas and tolls.